25th of June 2014. Again, time is flying. Almost end of the month. Come on, summer holiday. Anyway, welcome in our live trading room, mini marathon today. So let's see what we can expect today. Let's start with a quick risk warning. Okay, our live trading room has educational purpose only. Trading effects on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some, all, or even more than your initial investment. Please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, guys, some of you, as far as I know, are football fans. So, few nice games yesterday, right? They were extremely good, especially Italy, Uruguay, Greece, Ivory Coast. Well done, well done. Okay, and today we do have Nigeria, Argentina, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Iran, and then Honduras, Switzerland, Ecuador, France. Nice. Okay, but really we need completely different calendar. Okay. We need Forex Factory today. There you go. And that's the reason of our today's meeting. That's the main reason of our today's mini trading marathon, especially final GDP, and the market expectations are even lower right now as far as I checked some services. -2%. Oh. What does it mean? I would say that market is really expecting that number. So the first important thing, market expectations low. The first thing. The second thing is that euro shorts on the market. As far as I found it somewhere, I don't remember the news service right now. I'll apologize. But guys, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Euro shorts are at the 1-year high. Okay. Euro shorts at 1-year high. We'll go through the charts within a few minutes. Okay. Now, dollar yen. Very tight right now, 101. Oh, sorry. Very tight, 101.7, 102.20. We will go through the charts within a few minutes, okay? Our first part right now is going to be around 1:45, maybe 2 hours, okay? Then we will make a lunch break, and we are going to meet again before the US numbers, okay? But anyway, so that's important thing, okay? Of course, we have to remember tomorrow pound event, okay? And then Friday, even more important thing. German preliminary CPI, okay? Pound event, again. Current account. Final GDP, okay? That's how it looks this week. And as we are approaching end of the month, so quickly let's jump into the next week, especially Monday calendar. There is no forecast as of now, but then Monday, especially CPI flash estimate for Eurozone, and that could be market mover, okay? Now let's get back to the chart right now, and that's the chart number 1. Guys, don't tell me then you don't have it. Don't tell me you don't have it. Hello? Don't tell me you don't have it. Great, good, good. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, guys, remember, for new students, it's a Euro Kiwi. Okay. Remember, guys, conservative. Conservative zone. Aggressive one. What does it mean, aggressive? Means that we were waiting with the order. And we discussed it a few times, guys. Remember, Kiwi rate decision, strong move down. We were discussing first time here that we would like to sell first time within conservative zone, but only first time. Bam. Then we hit this one more time, almost one more time. So finally we broke it. Okay. Okay. Second, aggressive, waiting with the order. Now, guys, I can see a few comments. Exactly what I'm trying to show you right now. 1, 2. What happened? What happened around this level? Guys, we are not signal providers. We are trying to teach how to read the left side of the chart, okay? We are not signals providers. we showed you our, I'm gonna to discuss about this within a few minutes. We showed you Aussie dollar, we showed you dollar yen, right? But for example, if we are discussing something within trading room, it's your job to try to find, and especially we described into the point. Okay, we describe into the point. What happened? Right now is 1 to 2. Two options. Option number 1, 50% closed. Option number 2, actively monitoring the position and stop at entry. Okay. You have to adopt to yourself the options, which one would like to choose. Okay. By the way, for new students, guys, we are going to have a short entry about the basic, right, money management and the aggressive, all these rules, and the information is going to be on our website. Okay, very basic stuff. Because I do understand, there is no doubt, if you are new, it's tough to join and to understand everything within first 1 to 5, 10 meetings. Okay, so that's pretty clear for me. We are going to make a basic webinar. It's going to be visible also within our members area. Okay, so that's Euro Kiwi. Okay, now I get 2 emails yesterday in regards Euro Kiwi. Just 1 second, let me find those emails. Oh, come on. Yeah, got it. That's our final potential target, around 54.70, remember, right? Now, where is it? Just 1 second, guys. Okay, more or less. I have to check the email and then I can talk about this. It's somewhere here in the middle. Okay. That's potential demand zone on 4-hour charts. I'm using rarely 4-hour chart, and I know that it was few pips, yeah, below. But let me answer here. I'm not, of course, I'm gonna reply to the email, but let me answer here. That's the buying zone on 4-hour chart. What I can see on the email, we got even slightly lower here. Okay, not sure if I know. Okay, anyway. Demand zone on 4-hour chart. Okay. Guys. And I got the email. And the question, if the long here, if it was good, it was, I would say, very good based on this divergence here. So very well done. The target it was this zone 56, as I can see, 56.65. Okay, so it was well done. So that was the distance, and the stop were right below. Okay, okay. So and the stop was like this. So let's see. And the buying was in the half. 1, 2. Yeah, very well done. Very well done. I missed, to be honest with you, I missed this one on this 4-hour chart. I missed this one. Very well done. Congratulations. I missed this long on this 4-hour chart. You know that I'm using 4-hour charts very rarely. I would say that I'm not using 4-hour charts. Okay. So very well done here on Euro Kiwi. Now, guys, let's get back to daily. So if you are short your final target, as discussed, at around 54.80. Okay. So depends how you feel, what type of the trader you are, right? You are already with with the profit for half, or you are with stop at break or at entry, actively managing the position. So it's up to you guys. That's why what we are trying to share with you, right? That's the reason our special supply demand approach. Okay, we're trying to show you how to read the left side of the chart, right? But the rest, that's why it's a different. The rest is flexible. Everyone can adopt the rules. Okay, everyone. There is plenty of options. Okay, so that's why it's so important, the flexibility here. There is no, like in others, mechanical systems. Okay, number 1, you have to have a cross. Number 2, you have to have higher line on MACD. Number 3, you have to move below 100 on stochastic. Number 4, 5, 6, etc. If they are not all together confirming the trade, then do nothing. And with this type of the system, guys, I'm not saying they cannot earn money for you. Okay, but the guys are not saying that everyone is different, and they are not saying if they were able to earn a lot of money that you are going to be able to earn a lot of money, because rules are the same for everyone, but every trader is going to have different performance guarantee. Okay. In our case, we're saying, guys, everyone is different. What we're trying to do, trying to show you, trying to teach you to understand the left side of the chart. The rest is flexible. The rest, everyone can adopt different rules. Okay? You may want to trade only based on daily chart. You may want to trade only based on 15-minute chart because you are aggressive trader, day trader, whatever, okay? Flexibility. Anyway, need 3 seconds for water. It's hot today. Just 1 second, guys. Okay. So before we okay, I'm going to repeat. Yeah, I'm going to repeat. So one more time, guys. I'm short, and we don't have to be the owners of the Nobel Prize to know where I started to short it, as we discussed about the pound for a few weeks already. Okay. And it was not because of I'm the owner of the crystal ball. No, not at all. And the move below 70 produced some additional profit taking. Okay. And now, medium term, I'm bearish as of now. But as I mentioned last week, there are going to be plenty of opportunities around, because the whole move toward this area, it was a huge, long process. So most probably we are not going to have one-way ticket to the downside right now, like Niagara Falls. Okay. So there are going to be plenty of intraday opportunities. Remember FOMC and our weekly zone, and the mistake I made, right? I was trying to compare weekly zone to the intraday strengthened zone, and I decided not to go long. And then I figured out that, come on, how it was possible that more important for me was intraday strength zone, not the weekly zone. Okay, so, but anyway, I already apologized for it, and I didn't earn money as well, right? So sorry. The funny thing is, guys, that you should try to advise me. Piotr, come on, it's weekly zone. That's weekly zone. It's much more important. Okay, sorry. Now, before we, as I mentioned, before we start today, I thought that we are going to have a chance to test this demand zone, and on a very early start, we are going to have a chance to make live trade. Unfortunately, we start to rise earlier. Okay. So now intraday, we got the resistance around 170.08. It's where market showed a strength last time intraday. That should work as resistance. So we are trying to buy conservative trade. Means that we need to get the confirmation, okay? High low or something like this here, okay, within this area. Or we will try to sell either on this dynamic supply zone or this potential supply zone here. And because of this GDP figure today, we could see some stop hunting above this dynamic zone, hitting this 70.08 and move to the downside. Okay, that's the plan for pound. What to do now? That's the first zone, that's the second zone, and we are in the middle of the nowhere, no man's land right now, guys. So there is nothing to do right now. Just be patient in regards to pound dollar, okay? Just be patient. Okay? Let's have a look on euro dollar. Maybe let's start with monthly. Nothing special here. Oh yeah, I do have history here. Okay. Guys, we can adjust some lines because of the monthly, so we may want to change them this time to red from daily. Then we can adjust based on daily chart as well. Okay, USA 34.80, 34.75. Top of this monthly zone, red color. The bottom is around 33.8ish or so. Dynamic 20 monthly moving average, dynamic demand zone, monthly demand zone. So you know why we were buyers at some point. Now guys, we are approaching end of the month. And we do have next week ECB, next week non-farm payrolls. Woo, holy maloney. Plenty of action possible. Okay. So we are within the very important, from the bull's perspective, we are very close to the very important zone from the bull's perspective. And as we are approaching end of the month, that's why we have to focus on monthly chart as well. Where we found the resistance this month on the April low. Okay. $36.70 more or less. Remember, we do have our selling zone 36.70, 37. Okay, that's our selling zone here, first selling zone. Okay, let's go lower, guys, to weekly. And on a weekly, as you can see, I don't know why, but we have to adjust some lines. So it's a weekly. Means blue cafe. Okay. On the weekly chart. Let's make it bigger. We are below this dynamic supply zone based on 20 weekly moving average. Okay. On a weekly chart, there was a level where market was trying to show the strength last time. Started here, which correspond with this April low. So that's the reason why we've got strong supply zone here, and why I mentioned that we don't have to chase the prices. There is a chance that prices will come to us. Okay. On the downside, the line corresponds with this monthly top of the zone 34.75. And remember, guys, our plan to see eventually stop hunting below this low towards this area here, line top of the monthly zone, eventually rallying. Okay. Daily. We were selling on this third approach, remember, but now looks like the selling orders, every time we are approaching the line, the dynamic selling orders are executed. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some stop hunting, especially if overall euro shorts at 1 year high. Okay. And for example, the weak GDP number could produce this type of move. Okay. But because of two events next week, I do expect that some wide range, or like this, and adding for stops, will survive, similar into the AUD USD range. We discussed it a few times already. Okay, and as of now we are in the middle of the nowhere again, and I mentioned because for a short period of time we were buyers on dip. Okay, as you remember. And so now I would like to see, because one more important thing, the options market is showing the volatility at the all-time low. So once we are going to have the real move, most probably because of this low volatility, we can expect, once we are going to break this box, either upside, downside, the next move is going to be huge. Okay, But till then, so we've got like a week till ECB non-farm payrolls. So during next 7 days, I would fade any rallies towards our selling zone. So fade the rally and fade the move down towards 34.8075. Okay, and we've got the week to try to trade range bound, buying as low as possible, selling as high as possible. Okay, so even if we are going to see weak GDP number and we are going to see the squeeze, short squeeze, we'll try to use some extremes to sell, or if the number is going to be good and will produce another dollar rally, we'll try to fade. But it's only valid before ECB and non-farm payrolls, and as long as there is no stupid 5 minutes comments from either side, Fed or ECB, okay? Guys, see here, testing a few times, and let me jump to Euro JPY. Where we are? That's daily. Again, right at resistance, and we were selling already this resistance. I'm not gonna use these levels again, most probably. It's still number 3, okay? And it's getting narrow and narrow. Remember this zone we got here, this weekly strong support, okay? Now we've got the whole zone. Let's wait it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. So maybe let's wait for either false breakout or false breakdown here, okay? Maybe this will try to fade extremes similar to euro dollar. By the way, personally I'm watching euro yen very closely because we got the chance to see again, similar to euro dollar, we got the chance to see huge move here on euro JPY as well. Okay. Another trap. Dollar yen. Okay. We're trying to buy some lows, and as I explained before, even we are trying to buy, but we are ready to sell. And to be honest with you, with yesterday rally after the strong US data, I did expect some higher levels to eventually fade it, and we stopped at 102.20. Bam. Even not. And we are trapped right now between 102.20 to the upside, 101.70 to the downside. Okay, so maybe today we are going to have market will respond into the GDP number, US GDP number. And as you know, our long has been stopped out at entry. Yeah, I did expect some higher price yesterday. So again, let's see what could be the reaction into the GDP. And as you remember, we do have, I'm gonna, even if it's intraday, I'm going to change the color to make it more visible for you guys. We do have some smart dynamic demand zone right now, corresponds with this static zone. So let's see how 1017 will work today. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. In regards to dollar yen. No, we were stopped out, right? Stop out is wrong. We were, our long has been closed at entry level, but we still have Aussie USD, right? And we closed 50%. As I mentioned yesterday, if we are going to fall to 93.50.60, yeah, that's the comment, yesterday comment, we will cover 50%. And that's what we did here on out USD. No changes, but we have to take a look again. Monthly perspective. April supply, May supply, and approaching end of the month, and supply visible again. Also, we've got some demand around 92, right? So it's better visible lower time frame. So let's get back to daily. And that's the range we defined. So exactly what we did with selling high, we were under, our short was under pressure. We get back towards the dynamic 20 daily moving average. At this case we are above, so dynamic demand zone. So that's why we decided to cover 50. But guys, again, everyone is different. You may want to choose cover 50. We are going to for new guys, as I mentioned, we are going to have this basic staff webinar, you may want to, at this 20 daily moving average, you may want to cover whole position. You may want to move only the stop to entry. There is plenty of options. You have to choose one which suits you best. That's it, nothing less, nothing more. Okay. Now, intraday, I would say that around 390 to 94.5. Okay, that would be intraday selling zone. And around 93.49. That could be some eventually buying opportunities, and maybe even slightly lower, somewhere here, this FOMC. So that's the whole zone here. But again, guys, that's intraday, and we are closer to the top of the range than bottom of the range. So I do prefer, as of now, not because we are still short 50%, but the rationality is like to the downside. Okay, if we are at the top of the range, we define that range, so we are trying to sell as high as possible, right? Buying here, you have to have strong expectation that we are going to break out of this range. I don't think so before the next week. And as I mentioned in regards to euro dollar, okay, that we do have ECB and non-farm payrolls. So talking about the Aussie, why I don't expect we are going to break the range for the next few days is because the RBA next week, okay? And I would say even more. There is a plenty of announcement related to Australian dollar. There is a manufacturing PMI from China. Okay. There is a HSBC final manufacturing PMI. There is a cash rate decision, RBA rate statement. Then there is a trade balance. Okay. And again, building approvals, retail sales, HSBC services PMI from China. Okay. Plenty of events related to Australian dollar next week as well. So plenty of opportunities to try to make some trades. Okay. So that's the Aussie. Still believe that we are staying within that range. So we're trying to sell high. Okay. Now, I would like to show you guys Euro Swiss franc. daily chart. Let's put the line at 120. Yeah, that's the line 120. Peg. So maybe weekly. On a weekly, we are below the 20 weekly moving average. We are below on daily, so it could suggest that supply, okay, it could suggest supply coming into the market, okay, but we have this demand, solid demand zone, and we do have another one lower. Okay, so could be that could be medium term opportunity. You may want to try via options, so you know your risk before you will make the trade, cost of premium, and I'm talking about the call option. Okay, because we do have this peg, and last time SNB said that they are going to stay with this peg. Okay, but ECB did move the market by lowering some interest rates. So right now, Swiss National Bank, at some point, of course, if 120 is real for them, they really want to hold this level, they may want to lift the peg. That could be the case. So I would look for with very tiny risk, right? I would look for buying opportunity around 21.50, 55 with tight stop below 40, and then again around 21.25, 21.20 with stop below 21. Okay, because it's going to be like, I could be completely wrong, and I'm waiting for your suggestions, so you can send me an email, because downside is going to be like 100 pips towards 120. Of course, if the big guys, if the speculators will want to test SNB, Swiss National Bank, if they are going to test their willingness to hold this 120, so we may easily see price going lower, right, towards 120. But I would say it's easier to push the prices higher from one of those two buying zones, because upside is unlimited. Downside, if that's true, if 120, if that is true, downside is limited, right? So as long as downside is limited and upside is unlimited, so at some point the hedge funds may want to try to play this game, right? So yes, Euro Swiss franc is on my radar, and I'm watching it very carefully. Okay. So now guys, let's have a slightly earlier than we predict. Let's have a short water break, coffee break. And let's start the second part of this big first part. Let's start second part within 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna mute my microphone. Charts are on. 15 minutes, we are back. Okay, let's start our second part within the first bigger part. Okay. One more time, Euroswiss looking to buy around 21.40, 45 and lower. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, the second part, before the lunch break, the second part, let's discuss the completely other crosses which we usually focusing on the majors and around the majors, but I got few emails in regard to other crosses. So let's discuss them. Let me open the emails 1 second, so I will go and check. Okay, so 1 moment. Yeah, I got it. Euronoki. Just 1 moment. Okay. Euronoki. Let's have a look on weekly. Okay. Okay, guys. In regards to Euronoki, that's the zone. Okay. And okay, I got it. Now I understand the question. As we are approaching the supply zone again here, okay. But guys, the important thing here is important here. Look, that's the zone, and first time bulls were able to move deeply into that zone, right? Pull back, retest, okay? Moved lower. So I do expect, based on this whole structure, I do expect that plenty of sell orders are filled already. Okay, plenty of orders are filled already. So I'm not sure if I'm interested in that zone. Okay, I do prefer the one higher. Okay. I do prefer this one, but let me... Sorry. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, I do prefer this one here. Oh, why it is not moving? Okay, so I do prefer this one here. So it's slightly higher, this Euronoki, and that could be based on this whole structure, right, guys? That could be smart. That could be smart. Market may want to trap some breakout traders, similar like we had a plan on pound USD, right? So market may want to trap some sorry, but looking like I'm not good because of the, mostly because of the AC. Yeah, it's hot. So market may want to trap first plenty of stops above, right? So number one, again, stops. And number two, some breakout traders. Algos, robots, blah blah blah. In long term, okay. And we may hit this zone here, okay, and we may see prices moving lower. As it's a weekly chart, so again, it's a process. It's not gonna happen within one day. But of course, I would look for this zone here as a potential target of the short position, okay? And this zone, guys, here corresponds with this place where market showed the strength last time, okay? I'm not trading Euronoki, okay? But based on the student request, that's how I see this Euronoki, okay? Let's see. So I'm not interested in this zone here because of this. What happened? There was test immediately. There was nothing like test to the bottom of this zone and pull back, okay? We went deeply into that zone, okay? So most probably not that strong. So that's the reason I don't want to be there on a weekly basis. Okay. Then you may want to go lower to to daily, but because of this 83581. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, so looks like it was a long time ago last time when I checked the spread, just 10 pips spread, 11 here. No, 15 now. Anyway, most probably the weekly is the best chart here. We can have a look on daily as well. And we've got slightly different zones. So let's, on daily should be green. Anyway, we have on daily, we do have this zone here, right? Which we are testing right now. Okay. And this zone corresponds with this here on the whole zone on weekly, right? And we do have it's better visible on daily because there was no demand zone on weekly. As I mentioned, this one where market showed the weakness last time, okay? But on daily we do have demand zone here. And similar to Euro Aussie, we discussed it on the beginning of our meeting today. That was nice. And what a move, guys. $8.08 to $8.35 fish. 27 figures. Oh, nice. I never traded Euronoki, guys. Of course, because of the 8 on the beginning, so to get like standard lot in euro dollar, we were supposed to trade 8 times higher, right? So come on, huge moves here on Euronoki. Okay. Okay. Let me remove those lines. As we are going to, so I would look to sell much higher and right on Euronoki somewhere here, and as a buying opportunity. It looks like we tested this zone here, so that was nice long. No, I'm not trading this. Okay. And the second one, the request is dollar Swedish krona. Okay. USD SEK. Okay, let's have a look. In weekly, looks like some kind of the consolidation period, and looks like we may want to go higher. Right now we're testing again Okay, we're testing the zone here. Where is it? Where is it? Here. Is the last one. Oh, come on. And right now we're testing this one here. Okay. Where do we have anything related to demand? It's somewhere within this area of the consolidation. Right? Maybe slightly lower. Yeah, definitely it's better. It's where market showed the weakness last time, so that's the bottom. But again, what's the spread here? 67397, 67406. Again, around 10 pips. Not that bad. I never traded dollar, Swedish krona as well. I never traded. But for me, of course I may be wrong, but for me it looks like the spike here. Yeah, looks like, look guys, 1, 2, 3, but no lower low, and the breakout point. I would wait for some kind of the pullback, and that's the 713. That's possible target. But guys, it's a weekly, right? And it's not gonna happen tomorrow, most probably. We took the supply here. That could be the best, most probably. So we've got something like some kind of the influence here. So yeah, I would look for something like this. Okay. Actually, thank you very much for the request. Maybe it's time for me to look for those crosses. Yeah, that could be interesting. Okay, the size has to be bigger, this amount of the trading. Anyway, we will see. So yes, that was the request about those two. Let's put Euro Swiss franc again into the chart. Yeah. So we're looking for buying opportunity here. Okay. Let's have few words about indices. Okay. I'm still not trying to call the top. Okay, but that doesn't look good. The last time when market showed the strength, the only thing is that I've heard already that okay, that's double top on S&P, so be careful. That's okay, that could be double top, but for me this is double top, right? Not day after day. That's gonna be eventually double top for me after some period of time based on this daily chart. But of course, if you're trading 1 minute chart, so definitely that was a double top, okay, and that was the sell-off on S&P. But let's get back to daily. There is nothing to right now to try to figure out. There is a new territory for S&P. So I would definitely, for today, I'm gonna use this zone where market was trying to show the strength last time, right? And we went below. Okay. So that's the daily, so we need green lines. Here and here, right? Okay. So definitely from the day trader's perspective, the zone, that's the cash, S&P cash daily. So the zone between 1957.4 okay, to 16.1 more or less, even slightly higher, 1960.2, right? The place where we started to go higher the next day, and bam. So that's eventually some potential selling zone on daily. Let's have a look on hourly. Whoa. 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 So we may want to narrow, okay, simply we may want to narrow the zone here, slightly higher than the than we discussed a few minutes ago, slightly higher intraday than the daily. That's the daily, and we took this place, market twice showed the strength, so intraday is slightly higher. 1960.7. Okay, so maybe some action after the GDP, don't know. But again, guys, the expectations, as I mentioned, There was a minus 1.8. Now already when I was a morning research, I found some like minus 2%. Okay. So if we are going to see minus 1.8, that could be the knee-jerk reaction to the downside, and the weakest bears are going to be trapped immediately. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's wait for the settlement. Let's show them. The thing is that the US number, right? GDP US number. Just 1 second. Let me get back. The US GDP number and the durable goods order, there are still 1 hour before the cash market open. Okay. Before the cash market open. So definitely I'm going to be very careful. But from the intraday perspective, I may want to take a look what's going on around this level, and if anything, right, but still that's the counter trend. Look at this daily, maybe better, look at this weekly. Oh, so every time you're selling, you are doing counter trend trade, and our last S&P futures trade, right? We are stopped out. So on the weekly chart, there is no reason to sell this beast. There is no reason to sell this beast. Intraday, yes, but overall it's very easy and very predictable that we are going to see new high, right? So don't try to put all your money on the short side. So if you want to trade intraday with very low risk, okay, try to minimize your risk as much as you can. Okay. So we discussed stocks, so let's have a look on gold. Okay. Let's start with weekly chart. What do we have it here? Weekly, blue lines, right? Okay. That's our zone. Another zone here. Right. Okay, and we are very close, as I'm going to show you within a few seconds. On the daily, we were very close. Okay, that's eventually weekly buying zone. Let's have a look on daily. Okay. We just hit our daily green line. So we are trying to penetrate this supply zone on daily chart. But guys, what we seen here is simple breakout trade, okay? You know what I'm trying to show you? This breakout trade here. And that's potential target on weekly chart. So the potential is the selling zone on weekly. Can you see it here? This first zone I've shown you a few minutes ago. So right into the target. So that's why I'm not hurry into selling this daily supply. Okay. And even more, we've got intraday. Eventually buying zone. Which has been tested during the late Tokyo. Yeah, during the late Tokyo. Look guys, I was sleeping in the bed, of course I didn't take this trade, but that was nice bounce already. So let's have a look what we may see after US. After US data, looks like 221 already hit. That's okay. That's nice. And after such a strong move, maybe that's another reason not to try to sell too quickly. Let's check one more thing. Oh, we went even higher, ABCD. Yeah, I was trying, I didn't stop out on gold, I was trying to sell this supply. And I've been stopped out. Okay guys, so let's have a look. Let's summarize where we are before the lunch break and before the US GDP number. Overall, during the first part, we discussed pound. Okay. In the medium term, I'm holding the short, and the level is obvious. I was not able to add into the position above 71. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, below 170.08, some guys decided to take the profit, and 1 hour before we start our meeting today, okay, we have this intraday demand, and before we start we were around here. I was thinking that we've got the chance to see lower prices, and on the beginning of our meeting we are going to have a chance to join the long side on this pound dollar. Okay, but we have to remember, okay, about this 70.08 zone intraday resistance, and we are right now here, so maybe weaker GDP will push prices higher, so we will try intraday join, move to the downside. So let's have a look what's going to happen in between 170.08 and 169.50 to 69.20. Remember the blue lines here, demand zone based on weekly chart, and the huge miss from my side when I was trying to compare demand zone from weekly chart with the supply intraday zone, and I didn't take this trade. Okay, so that's in regards to the pound. Euro dollar, as discussed, there is a ECB and non-farm payrolls next week. Okay, so we want to fade extremes. We want to sell rally, or we want to buy breakdown. Okay, I do for the next 7 days, as I mentioned, I do expect that till ECB and NFP we are going to survive within that range, similar to Aussie USD. Okay, we do have this supply zone and bulls trying hardly, so I do expect some stops accumulation, which could easily push the prices higher. So let's see what's going to happen after GDP. Maybe speculative long could be the case, of course, if we are going to have a real chance to join the market. Okay, and also, as I mentioned, in regards to the option market, the volatility, I don't remember right now what was the source, but volatility at all-time low on euro dollar. So as discussed, if we are going to see the break one day, that could produce huge move, the vol could jump. But as of now, based on the rumors from the market, there are plenty of option sellers, so they are trying to collect the premium, and I'm not surprised because of those two events next week, right? ECB and non-farm payrolls. Okay. Dollar yen, as discussed, boring. We do have the smart line, so depends what we are going to get from GDP, right? We may try to join again. We may want to try to join again to the upside, but we are ready to sell if market will tell us that it's time to sell. As I mentioned, I was looking yesterday, I was looking for 102.25.36, and we finished around 102.20 to eventually to try to take half profit or to turn around, but it's getting narrower here, so we should see soon upside or downside. So let's wait, let's be patient. And the same dollar yen, the vol, it's the again all-time low. So that's one of the reasons, right? When the sellers on the options market trying to keep the market within the tight range, right? They selling the strikes outside the range and collecting the premium. and they have, as of now, they have enough money, and also they can expect that no one will try to push the market either side up or down before NFP and ECB. Okay, so that's quite important. So option sellers dominating the market right now. So that's why during the day we've got on euro dollar 50 pips range. Come on. Okay. That's why we are trapped within 50 pips range on dollar yen as well. 101.70, 102.20. Okay. Looks like the market is waiting for next week. But anyway, bearing this in mind, we know that any abnormal spike higher or lower, we will try to use dips as buying opportunity and tops as selling opportunity on euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, okay, for the next few days, as we do expect that the broader ranges will hold till ECB and non-farm payrolls. The same like with Aussie, guys. Okay, we took profit on the 50% as explained yesterday in the comments. Okay, but still, guys, no changes. Our defined range, and we are still within that range. Actually, this 1 hour chart, sorry guys, so not this range. Yeah, this range here. That's our defined range. That's the room for stops. What happened? Remember, that's our bottom, room for stops. So we selling high and we'll try to buy low till breakout happen. Okay. Okay, guys. So as we are going to stay longer, of course, because of the data, because of the US Open, we are going to see what's going to happen. It's a lunchtime right now. Okay. Some of you have to order by phone, some of you have to go out. So let's meet again around top of the hour. So enjoy your lunch, okay? Charts are on. I'm gonna mute my microphone. See you then. Okay, time to get back to work. Oh, that should be siesta time right now. Okay, so let's prepare ourselves. Okay. Let's prepare a few charts. Let's start with euro dollar. Okay. Hopefully you are able to use this zone. It's not, they are not interesting anymore. most probably we are going to see some stop hunting here. Then we have last week high 36.40 around, and we are looking to sell opportunity around 36.75, 36.95. Okay, and if we are going to see the breakout here, some pullback, we may want to jump in with tight stop 36.40 last week high as a first target, okay, and the selling zone as the final target. Oh, come on, not now. Okay, and from the buyer's perspective, as discussed, no earlier than top of this monthly zone and this weekly trend line. So something around 34.75. Okay. One more time, that's this daily dynamic supply zone, that's last week high, and that's our zone. Guys, please bear in mind that eventual long, intraday long, so it's going to be very dangerous. Why? Simply because of the very low euro-dollar range. Okay, last 5 days we've got like we've got like 55, 60 pips range. Okay, the same with 10 days range, so very low range. On the options market, we are at vol is all-time low. So that's the main reason we would like to, before the next week ECB and non-farm payrolls, I do prefer to fade rallies. Okay, or to buy big bottoms, deep bottoms. Next is Aussie, and here the same. We are still holding 50% short, but again, top of the range, bottom of the range. Okay, we are right now at dynamic 20 daily moving average, so it could produce the bounce, but we are very close to the top of the range. So in that case, we are looking for selling opportunity. I mentioned that intraday there is some demand from last FOMC. Okay, so the straight move from here down toward this zone could produce the rally, but again, intraday traders, please be careful if you want to long close to the top of the range, right? I would rather look for some kind of as I mentioned, selling opportunity in area between 93.85, 94.05, 07. Okay, if you are not short already. Next is dollar yen. Okay. Intraday chart, we do have this smart demand line. So we may see initial knee-jerk reaction. We do have this demand zone here. We may see something like this. So we are watching 101.70 zone, then 101.58.53. Okay. Eventually as buying opportunities. Again, there is a plenty of sellers around on the options market. Means that they do expect low or narrow ranges, at least toward non-farm payrolls. Okay. There was information from Saxo Bank option desk that there are few buyers, but with expiry date after those two events. And again, looking at the top side around 102.25, 102.35. As intraday potential supply levels. Last two times we had huge problem to even hit 102.23. Okay. Euro JPY one more time on daily. Third approach. But as discussed, strong support on weekly. Okay. So intraday, we may have this type of the range, and we are in the middle with slightly bearish bias as long as we are below this trend line. Pound Swiss franc, but before pound Swiss franc, let's jump in to pound dollar. We have some risk events tomorrow, but intraday we are watching this buying zone and this selling zone, supply zone. But we also have to focus we have to focus on those risk events from UK tomorrow, Friday morning, and Europe Open final GDP current account. Okay. Current account expectations better. Final GDP no change. Okay. Consumer GfK consumer confidence expectations slightly better. It's all about Mr. Carney tomorrow. Could be. So we have to remember. So any trades today should be considered as day trading only. So trying to buy as low as possible within this demand zone with target around supply zone, or completely opposite. Sell first, we've moved towards the demand zone. Okay. Pound Swiss franc. As discussed intraday. On a higher time frame, we've got supply zone slightly higher, right? But we discussed intraday possibilities here when we hit 170.40 on pound dollar. We approach this top of the channel, a lower high and another lower high this time, right? And we had those 2 points already, so there was an opportunity to take the short. Now we have to be careful because we are approaching bottom of the channel here. Okay, that's our channel, and we are approaching this bottom, dynamic 20 daily moving average. So now I would be careful with more selling here at current level. Bounce here is possible. We are also watching Euro Swiss franc. We would like to see the cross slightly lower before consider long. Okay. And the last is Euro Kiwi. We actually started today with it, right? As discussed, perfect hit of this aggressive supply zone. Okay, that's the zone, perfect hit, and it was aggressive zone, right? It means that we are waiting. Okay. And as explained, there was a 3-2-1. When we started, we were here. We discussed a few options, close 50%, or at least move stop to entry. Okay, we hit 3-2-1, so definitely was time to take some profits. Now, as discussed, we've got potential target around 54.65, but also thanks to our student who sent the email, and ask if there was okay yesterday to take the long intraday, and because of this divergence better visible on intraday charts, right, as far as I remember here, right, we agreed that I didn't, but we agreed that there was a good entry point for long. Now 12 minutes before the US number, bulls trying to push higher. Market is expecting really weak number. Okay. S&P. Again, let me remind you that we are going to have 1 hour for US cash open. So be careful with initial reaction on the futures market. Okay. Oops, sorry. So we have to be very careful here. So now it's time for us to patiently wait for the US numbers. I'm looking at some news services. Okay, earlier there was a US MBA mortgage application for June 20th. The week to week minus 1% versus previous one minus 9.2. Plenty of information that upcoming GDP number could be important. As I mentioned, it's going to be important for the next few hours maybe, because of the two big risk events next week, right? So everything we are going to do today after the number, we are considering as intraday trades. I wouldn't be surprised, but then we are not going to be able to join. I wouldn't be surprised to see better numbers than market expectations, but then dollar yen most probably is going to skyrocketing by 12-15 pips, and we will not be able to buy. And most probably we do have some stops above those two levels, above this supply zone, so we may hit some stop hunting toward this big supply area. Okay, but let's wait and see. Yesterday there was a nice surprise in regards to US number. But it was enough only for the, as you can see here on the S&P chart, it was enough for the first part of the US session. The second one, it was profit taking. Okay. So still few minutes to go. So let's have a look on euro pound. And we are close to the first resistance around 80.40, 80.50. Still this demand zone we defined last week works well, but then immediately we have this daily dynamic supply zone based on this 20 daily moving average. Okay, and then the zone intraday and daily supply zone here around 81.50. So that could be that we will try to join the party to the upside later today, tomorrow morning. Okay, plenty of space for correction. The only small nuance here is this 20 daily moving average as dynamic supply zone. And we do have this lower line here as dynamic demand, intraday dynamic demand zone. The worst case scenario, the final GDP and durable good orders are going to be non-event, and we are going to stay where we started. That's the worst case scenario. As we are approaching end of the month, I'm looking at the official positions we informed you about. There was just few trades, slow month. You may see all of them within the members area. That's for new students under the closed button. Okay, 3 minutes to go. Be ready for some fireworks. And hopefully we will be able to join the action. Final countdown. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, 1.5. And the Oscar goes to 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. In regards to gold, as discussed, below 1306. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ha! US GDP annualized minus 2.9. Whoa! Durable good orders minus 1 versus expectation of 0. Whoa! Whoa! That's not a joke. Dollar yen, euro yen. Okay, euro dollar, Aussie. Whoa! So let's switch few charts to 5 minutes time frame. $36.17, and we are approaching 36.40. 101.17, trying to hold this. We are going, remember, we are going to fade higher levels, guys. Our selling zone. We are not going to fade 40. We would like to see market will stop at 40. Make a pullback and to let us join. I'll discuss it, but oh, weak. That's weak. Is it going to be enough for dollar yen, guys? Because we are at the edge. We are right at the edge. Let's add German index as well. Guys, that's the place where we should add long dollar yen, right? I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm looking for selling possibilities. We have to be extremely careful, guys, here. 36, 35. I'll try to join this move to the upside on euro dollar towards 37.75. Okay, here. I would like to see some lower prices for a while. As I mentioned, I'm not gonna buy dollar yen here. Holy Malone. For my midterm pound short, my stop is at the entry level. Because I can't believe it, it's so weak. So guys, I'm looking to buy in the area of 36.35 to 36.22, somewhere here with tight stop. Okay. Because I'm going to have 74 as my target, right? So if I'm going to buy at 34, I'm trading for 40 pips, right? So my stop has to be 12 max. So let's see. Guys, remember US cash market starting with the next 52 minutes. So be careful with this reaction here. We may easily see some bounce, okay? And we want to try to sell around this area. Holy moly. Why I'm not buying here? Simple reason. 44 bits, so means that we buying around 46, 47, we trading 30 pips, we should have 10 pips stop. Easily we can move back. Easily. I would like to buy 10 pips lower. And also remember that we do have this strong resistance on Euro JPY around 138.80, 139. So if the bears are selling here, right? So dollar yen is falling and euro dollar could stay neutral here. So let's try to buy as low as possible. Guys, the volatility, FX volatility is very low right now. Okay, so it's the big guys can easily fade any move to the upside. Don't be trapped. Or even if we are going to be trapped, let's be prepared, right? Let's define where we want to open, where we want to risk. What should be our takeaway, okay? Plenty of chances to manipulate with such a low volatility, to manipulate the market. But no doubt, weak number. Look guys, as of now, we hit some stops above last week high. But 5-minute chart, no close above yet. Market was expecting weak number. I mentioned that I saw somewhere that expectations are even lower, around 2%. I haven't seen that someone's expected minus 2.9. Oh, ouch. So now we have a problem in US, right? Inflation and lower GDP. That's the bad combination. Let's have a look where we are on euro pound. USD CAD 107. There is the potential to go lower. What a shame. Yeah, show me some pullback. From here, not great risk-reward ratio. Breakdown sellers trapped right now. As I mentioned, it's better to wait for US cash market open. We may also see bounce from this. I'm not saying we will rise, as I mentioned, I'm not a buyer here, but we may see bounce from here. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. The news from Goldman hit the market. That they do expect RBNZ to hike again 25 basis in July. Guys, looks like I'm taking out the rest of Aussie here now. 93.89. Guys, for British pound, for my short British pound, I'm lowering the stop. Okay. I'm lowering the stop to 1 7014 bit site. Okay. Okay. Quickly. We do have initial jobless claims tomorrow. We do have personal income, personal spending tomorrow. We do have revised University of Michigan Friday. Is this something can help here? And we do have national core CPI from Japan on Friday morning during the Tokyo session. So guys, let's look where eventually we can sell dollar yen. So market was strong last time. But then we were lower, we were higher, lower, bam, bam, finally. So let's have a look. Any bounce towards 102 could be used for other selling opportunity. Euro dollar, most probably we are going higher and we are going to hit that level. As I mentioned, I'm looking to buy, but I would like to buy lower. Not good risk-reward ratio for me here. Not good risk-reward ratio for me here. Okay. We are approaching resistance on pound dollar. I don't want to buy Aussie because it's close to top of the range. The Kiwi could be the better. Now the market's selling dollar yen. Some stops. How we can try to join? Looks like we've got the breakout. So 87.65 as a target. So we may want to target those stops. That's where markets show the weakness, and that's buying. Most probably we are not going to see 26 pips pullback, but Aussie could be the sorry, Kiwi could be the good idea. And guys, that's the move. We have 7 minutes to the top of the hour, right? So be patient, don't chase the market. We don't have to chase the market, okay? Market is going to give us the second chance. If not now, later today or tomorrow. No worries. On my other screens, I'm watching Euro Kiwi and Euro Aussie. I'm watching Canadian dollar. And we are within the weekly demand zone. Would you like to sell here? Looks like there was a pullback to broken trend line and we're trying to go lower. Let's leave the neighbor. Let's leave the neighbor. Aussie approaching the first supply zone as discussed, intraday supply zone. Okay. Kiwi is strong, no doubt about this. Something around 87 could be good buying opportunity. I need water. So guys, for a second I'm gonna mute my microphone. I'm back. Let's see where we are at the top of the hour. Okay. Let's see where we are at the top of the hour. Because then it will be easier for us to identify potential buying or selling opportunities. So let me, because now dollar yen trying to some guys trying to lift dollar yen. Look, we may see some pullback here. Even Kiwi, S&P 500 trapped, bears are trapped, the weakest bear are trapped. Okay, so we are going to switch to 1 hour on euro dollar. We have this Kiwi here. Euro Swiss get back to 60. So we've got 1 hour charts everywhere. Now, okay, we do have this break down, but we do have next demand zone right below. Let's have a look. 101.73, 89. Market show the strength here, taking this supply, this supply. Come on, euro dollar, go lower, slightly lower. Buying Kiwi here, right? Let's discuss it for a while. Buying Kiwi here, we are risking the first visible supply around 87.39. Okay, I would like to buy lower, maybe 87.12 beat, maybe 87.02 with tight stop below 86.92. Try to buy as low as possible with 87.70 as a target of this breakout, right? Okay. I'm looking at Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. There is a long way to supplies, and we are hitting visible resistance on daily. Let me see if I have it here. CAD yen. No. Yeah, we hit it yesterday. Made a pullback. But for me it doesn't look like we want to go lower from here. Okay. Looks like it's all about the dollar right now, but yen could be under the radar because of this CPI Friday. Patient, patient, patient. Okay, let's switch to 5-minute chart on euro dollar. Let's try to catch some moves. There you go, dollar yen trying higher. 5 minutes. V formation. There you go, look guys, euro is going down. So again, some guys are trapped. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying not to react at news events. Sometimes, you know, as 2 months ago during non-farm pair, I was not able not to react, right? Huge number, but anyway, especially dollar yen disappointed me very much. I was so disappointed. Anyway. Okay guys, show me something slightly higher. Yeah, we've got nice supply. But we've got long way. But market is trying, especially on Aussie, to react to the supply. Market is trying to react here on pound. That's one of the reasons I just closed Aussie USD only. Maybe we are going to have a chance to sell higher, and I left one pound USD. Okay. Now look, guys. Breakdown sellers trapped. Bam. That looks like a joke. That's why it's, guys, better to wait. Or if you can predict some numbers, if you have experience, you may always try to trade before the news. That's tough case, but it's possible. We may even see the pullback towards the breakout point, so that could be good place eventually to buy euro dollar, right? But again, guys, the vol is low. Options market, there are plenty of sellers, so market do expect till non-farm payrolls and ECB we are going to stay within the ranges, so we have to be extremely careful. Okay, we have to be extremely careful. And euro is falling. So now some breakout guys are trapped and they are liquidating the positions. Tough. But position without the position is good position sometimes. Sorry. From the information I can see around, the GDP reading is worst in 5 years. Wow! And dollar yen is going back above 101.70. That's okay. That's okay. That could be idea with very tiny long here, but still waiting for some better prices. But here could be the idea, right? With tight stop below the place where we started, so we are targeting 40, risking 18. I'm waiting for lower price. Remember guys, 50 pips range or 55 daily range. So we did it, right? We did it. 136, 136.50. So be extremely careful. Kiwi. I really do prefer to buy eventually this one here. No, I'm not long euro dollar yet. But as I mentioned, it should be. I'm gonna wait for one more pullback. The truth is that would be great to see pullback here, because it's where we started the move. It's where the unfilled orders left. So that would be the best option, right? And okay, move higher, then I'm not a great Elliott wave guy, as you know, but I can count till 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1 now, and that's why I think we got the chance to see one more dip. Be patient. The range is too low, daily range is too low. So there is no reason, not at all, there is no reason to risk anything more than we have to taking the trades, right? And we do have defined our target 36.74. So okay, we may miss because we may go higher from here straight, and I'm gonna miss this trade, but I'm not worried because it simply didn't fulfill my you know, my plan, risk reward ratio. So really, I don't care if they will go higher from here. Simply within with those very tight ranges, I do expect some for better. I do expect to see better prices, lower levels. You know what I mean. And I believe that we got the chance to see better levels. Okay. US cash market will start in 12. And we are close to 20 daily moving average here. Which may produce bounce. the same dollar yen. I'm watching very closely developments on Kiwi dollar. The thing is that it's based on the rumor that RBNZ is going to hike again in July by 25. Buy rumor, sell the fact, so it could produce some rally on Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi moved lower to 107.62. So yes, Kiwi is strong right now. Okay. Fine. We've had some moves and looks like now market's waiting for US cash market to be open. So one more time, based on current market prices, I do expect that some dollar sell-off could continue, and I'm gonna look for intraday opportunities, but as low as possible. For example, euro dollar, similar to pound USD and Kiwi USD. I try to sell some rallies on dollar yen. Very small risk, okay? Because overall, for example, on euro dollar, we want to fade extremes. So looking to sell around 36.75, looking to buy below 34.75.80. Pound holding short, moved stop to stop profit actually right now. 70.14 beat side. I will try to reopen Aussie again, but higher. Okay. And overall, looking to buy yen before the CPI number this Friday morning. So we've got like 24 to 36 hours. Okay. The best would be to buy 87.05 with stop below 86.90. Something like 15 pips stop. So that could be 4 to 1, 1 to 4 risk reward potential ratios. That's the opportunity in my opinion. Dollar yen, we still we are holding within 101.70, 102.30, 102.20, 30, and bulls trying to hold this 70 right now. It's very easy to be trapped with such a low volatility or no volatility at all. It's very easy to be trapped. Still looking for euro dollar to move slightly lower. To try to buy. Again, it's a marathon, guys. It's not a 60-meter sprint, so we've got plenty of time. And as we proved already, the patient is paying. So we don't have to trade every day. Still, it's like 1, 2, maybe somewhere here, higher low. Because the first target is very close, 36,674 on euro dollar. Three minutes to go. Okay. Okay. I'm placing the order to buy. Kiwi dollar. $87.05. Okay. Just one moment. $87.05. And I'm gonna place the stop 86.91 offer. Okay, so I do have order in the system. And as we can see, we got a chance to see euro dollar slightly lower. Also, I'm gonna send it. Just one second, guys, okay? Let me send it. Okay. It's gonna be as a breakout trade. Dollar in is going higher, as you can see. All the weak sellers on S&P trapped. Oh, business as usual, guys. Okay. So I'm waiting for Kiwi. waiting for euro dollar for slightly lower prices, as I mentioned. Guys, especially euro and especially dollar, there is a risk, two risk events next week. Also Australian Central Bank. So plenty of risk next week. There is one second, guys. There is a news from Saxo Bank FX desk. Okay, guys. You may want to see this. The volume on dollar yen. That's from trading floor, the guys from Saxo Bank doing good job, the trading desk, the dealers. Net volume flow for the last hour on EBS 1.6 million. The hour before 34 million. That explains everything. No volume on market. No, not at all. I don't know how to comment on it. I can't comment on it, right? US Fantasy is working well. So all guys are trapped. And we are waiting for our opportunities as smart guys trying to follow the market makers. So we are waiting, we are patient, and patient will pay. We know it. Okay, guys, let's have a look what we have in the calendar later today. Flash services PMI. Expectations is better. Let's wait for spike to the upside, and maybe that's gonna be opportunity to sell US dollar versus yen. That could be. And then we've got crude oil inventories. And then tomorrow Bank of England count. So later today, tomorrow we are going to focus on pound, and we will make necessary updates. So let's wait right now for this flash services PMI from US. Maybe something for us. Let's see. Seven minutes. I need like 1 minute break, water break. So let me mute my microphone. I'm staying here. I'm just going to have water. And I'm back. Okay. So euro is trying, right? Okay, we know everything about the QE. We placed the order, so let's have a look on euro dollar. Something is going on with my health again. AC doesn't work properly for me. I hate AC. We got like 3.5 minutes. So still some time. Still some time. With such a low liquidity, it's very easy to hit all the stops, make false break, go lower, hit another stops on the opposite side. So that's the paradise for market makers. That's the paradise for market makers. That's why really I do prefer to be patient. Of course it's not easy, and I'm not always patient, and very often when I'm trading alone, right, not during the live trading room, when I have more time to making some stupid mistakes. So of course I don't want to tell you guys that yeah, every trade is in profit, just trade with me. No, I'm making stupid mistakes. It happened very rarely right now. On the beginning of my way with Forex it was like very often, constantly, but right now it's better, much better. Disciplined trader. Okay, 2 minutes. We should see. What's going on. Flash services PMI 58.6 expectations. Yeah, stocks is going higher. Right, that's boring. Dollar yen trying to recover. Joke, especially with stocks. I'm not trying to discuss with the market, okay? All I'm trying to say, that's the joke. I've mentioned a few times that even for the healthy of this uptrend, the long-term uptrend, would be great to see correction. If they don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Oh, U.S. services PMI 61.2 versus 58 expectations. So mix it. So now, what? Dollar yen got the chance to go higher, holding this 101.70 range we defined earlier, right? Nothing new. Nothing new. Guys, I don't want to chase the prices. I don't want to chase the market. I'm looking for some short-term buying opportunity anyway. Some higher low at some point, stuff like this. With dollar yen after this PMI services, looking for some stop hunting again here. As I mentioned, we defined the lower end of the range. Was good buying opportunity, right? But it's end of the month approaching, so really I don't need it. I do like Kiwi right now. I'm looking for some intraday buying opportunity on euro dollar, holding 50% short pound USD. Remember, I mentioned that it's trying to build medium-term short position. My stop is at 14 right now. There is an intraday resistance at 8. We do have risk events from UK tomorrow. Watching these developments in Euro JPY here around current level. Took off the full Aussie USD, so no positions now. Okay. I'm looking to sell indices, S&P, around the point where market showed the strength last time, and that's the plan. That's the plan for today. I'm going to make an update if necessary. We are going to prepare. My colleague is working already on it. Evening comment. I don't know. if it's going to be before the US end or just after US end. Guys, the link I've shown you into the trading floor, Saxo Bank website, right? Saying everything about the liquidity, saying everything about this market. Market is waiting for events happening next week, so be extremely careful. Wait for extremes, right? Wait for extremes. Try to trade small movements intraday if there is a good reason to trade, right? And that's it from my side. Thank you very much for last 4 hours with 1 hour break. That was mini marathon, mini trading marathon. I mentioned that we do expect, because of those risk events, we do expect the ranges will hold. Euro dollar, we are looking to sell 36.75. We are looking to buy intraday, looking to buy on weakness here towards 36.15, maybe lower. Overall, looking to buy below 34.80.75. Okay. Aussie looking to rejoin, resell, but higher. Okay, maybe higher. Of course, I'm going to make an update. I've got the buying order on Kiwi. So pretty much that's it. Low liquidity, so plenty of opportunities for market makers. Be careful, guys. Again, thank you very much. Happy trading. Have a beautiful afternoon and evening. If anything, of course, we are going to make an update. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Piotr. Thank you. Bye-bye.